They aren't just coming for your gas cars anymore. They are coming for the heart of them. New 2026 government regulations are effectively banning the simplest, most reliable engines ever built. We are trading bulletproof iron for plastic, batteries, and turbos that blow up at 100,000 miles. If you want a car that lasts forever, you have less than 12 months to act. These are the 7 legendary engines that will be illegal to build in 2026. Number 1 is the king of reliability, the Toyota 3.5-liter V6. For 2 decades, this engine, known as the 2GR, was the gold standard. It powers the Camry, the Tacoma, and the Highlander. Mechanics call it the million-mile motor because it has no turbos to fail and no complex hybrid batteries to replace. But for 2026, it's dead. Toyota has replaced it with a stressed-out 4-cylinder turbo hybrid to meet emissions laws. If you want a Toyota that will actually outlive you, go find a slightly used Camry or Tacoma with the V6 right now. The new ones are ticking time bombs. This is the most tragic death of them all, the legendary Hemi V8. Whether in a Ram truck or a Dodge Charger, this pushrod V8 was simple, loud, and incredibly durable. But Stellantis has officially killed production. For 2026, the Ram 1500 now uses the Hurricane inline-6 twin turbo. Sure, it has more horsepower, but it has 2 turbochargers, complex plumbing, and high pressure. The Hemi was a hammer. The new engine is a glass vase. Prices for the last V8 Rams are already skyrocketing. Buy one before they become collector's items. While everyone else is putting tiny turbos in their SUVs, Mazda stayed pure. The Skyactiv G 2.5-liter is a naturally aspirated masterpiece. It's not fast, but it's bulletproof. It doesn't suffer from oil dilution like the Honda 1.5 turbo, and it doesn't have carbon buildup issues like the Germans. However, Mazda's moving toward the CX-70 and CX-90 hybrids. The simple, gas-only 2.5-liter is likely on the chopping block as 2026 fleet averages get stricter. If you want a simple daily driver for under $30,000, the Mazda CX-5 with this engine is your last safe lifeboat. Honda is famous for small engines, but their J-Series V6 has powered American families for 25 years. Found in the Pilot, Passport, and Odyssey, it's smooth and powerful. Yes, it has a timing belt you need to change, but the engine block itself is indestructible. But look at the new Accord and CR-V. They are all hybrids now. Honda is one of the companies pushing hardest for zero emissions. The V6 is simply too dirty for 2026 regulations. Once the current Pilot generation ends, this V6 is history, likely replaced by a complex hybrid system that costs $5,000 to repair. The Chevy small block V8 is the engine that built America. It's cheap to fix and parts are available everywhere. But even GM is ruining it. The new versions come with dynamic fuel management that shuts off cylinders to save gas, which causes lifter failures. And for 2026, the regulations are getting so tight that GM is forcing customers into the 2.7-liter turbo 4-cylinder. For the Silverado, a 4-cylinder in a full-size truck, it's an insult. If you can find a V8 Tahoe or Silverado without the complex tech, keep it forever. Nissan gets a lot of hate for their CVT transmissions, but their V6 engines are legendary. The 3.8-liter V6 in the Nissan Frontier is actually the simplest truck engine left on the market. No turbos, no hybrid batteries, just direct injection and power. While Toyota went to turbos for the Tacoma, Nissan kept the V6. But this strategy can't last. With the 2026 emission penalties, Nissan will be forced to kill this engine to avoid bankruptcy. The Frontier V6 is the sleeper pick of the decade. And finally, the last survivor, the Ford 5.0 Coyote. While Chevy and Dodge are giving up, Ford is fighting to keep the V8 Mustang alive. But there is a catch. In 2026, the gas guzzler tax and carbon credits make these cars incredibly expensive to produce. Ford has already started pushing the EcoBoost V6 and PowerBoost hybrid in the F-150. The Coyote V8 is now a luxury item. If you want the sound of American freedom, you need to buy a 5-liter F-150 or Mustang today, because by 2027, it might only exist in museums. The era of simple, reliable cars is officially over. The government and manufacturers have decided that you need expensive hybrids and EVs, but you still have a small window to buy these legends. Which one of these would you buy before they are banned? Let me know in the comments. And click this video right here to see the death list of SUVs for 2026.